It was a night of mystery, fortunes for Nigerian football when it comes to football. Somehow, just yesterday, we couldn't get it right. All in the three matches we were looking at, well, the Plateau United, Rivers United, Bayelsa Queens, and also, in fact, 4. Nigeria against Costa Rica. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeniyi Ajisafe. We can look at those stories trending right now all across different parts of the country now. Nigerians are not, they couldn't believe their eyes for what happened between Rivers, Plateau United and Al-Agda, where Rivers qualified for group stage as Plateau United crash out. Unbelievable, leading 4-1 from Nigeria. They conceded 3 goals in the second half, and that was the doing because right now they are no longer in the CAF interclub competition called CAF Confederation. Well, we still have hope. Rivers United, they were able to scale through to the group stage of this particular tournament. Well, money spinning CAF competition, but right now 3 clubs from Nigeria are out, but we still have 1 left. That's Rivers United. I have in the studio Ibrahim Yusuf will be joining to talk sport this hour. Good to have you, Ibrahim.
Always nice to be here, Denny.
Like I said, misfortune for Nigerian football yesterday.
Actually, it wasn't really mixed per se. It was just doom
3
and
out of
gloom.
4.
It was just
3
doom
out of
and,
4.
It was doom and gloom, and even Rivers didn't win. They just got a draw. They got a result that was able.
But they did the winning here.
Exactly.
Yes.
They did the business here, and they went there and they played a very good game. They got what they needed, which was a draw, and it was fantastic, and everybody was fine. Plateau United, we don't know what happened. They had a fantastic result here. We wouldn't say it was impossible for them to lose. It was improbable, but it happened. You know, it's inconceivable for you to win 4-1 at home and then go away and then fail to do anything worthwhile. At least score 1 goal to make the difference. And if you look at how the game progressed, they played a very good first half.
It was 0-0 in the first half.
Exactly. They kept a clean sheet, but they had tons of chances, and they missed all of those. And at the end of the day, they were meant to pay. And they got the final goal that actually came was in stoppage time, which goes to show you a lot about their mentality as well. You know, they really capitulated and cracked under pressure, which was something we were not expecting from the Plateau boys, unfortunately.
But really, for Rivers United, I would say kudos to them for what they've done. At least first leg at the Amasemaka Stadium, at Dokia Amasemaka Stadium in Port Harcourt. They did the business there. 5 good goals they scored, on reply. And that gave them that edge. Advantage against Al Nasri. By the time they got to Libya in Benghazi, in fact, the fact that they were able to score to make it 1-1, now make it 6-1, it means they at least when they equalized, they added more goals for
exactly. They got an away goal.
Nasri to be running after.
Exactly, they got an away goal, which meant at that point Al Nasri would have had to score
5 more. 5 more.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's you see. That's where it is, because they could have said, okay, fine, we beat these guys 5-0. We can just go there and relax. There's no way they can score 5 goals now.
It's not possible.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we might find the Plateau United.
Let me actually make it on a lighter note now. You know, Plateau United played first against Al-Agda, and when they were out, somebody tweeted and said, this one we don't happen to. This one actually happened to
these guys. Let it not happen to us.
I hope Rivers will not
exactly.
go
and I think maybe Rivers took a leaf out of that and said, okay, fine, these guys won 4-1, and they went there and they got beat by 3 goals to 0. So we shouldn't be that complacent. Even though we're winning 5-0, we should be able to go there and do the business. And they went there. They got a very good results. You know, going away to Benghazi and coming away with a draw. I mean, like, it's absolutely fantastic. So just like you said, it's one of the bright spots when it came to sports yesterday, football generally yesterday, because it's unfortunate the way things actually panned out. You know, we had so much hope, so to speak, on the Continental Championships this year. We thought that this season could be one of those seasons that we might make a splash, even though our league ended, you know, in a haphazard manner. We actually thought that these clubs were actually going to do something worthwhile. Unfortunately, we have 1 out of 4 now, and we're stuck in the Confederations Cup, not even in the CAF Champions League, which is very disappointing. But the good thing is we've never won the Confederations Cup before. Nigerian club has never won it since it became the Confederations Cup. So maybe this is Rivers, yeah.
Now, talking about the coach, that's Fidelis Ilechukwu. He actually apologized to Nigerians.
He should. He should.
He apologized to Nigerians concerning how that game went. It's still very kind of baffling how first half you play 0-0.
Exactly.
Then second half, for the 5 minutes, no matter how, like I borrowed that Nigerian parlance, they will have died there.
Exactly.
Just for the next 45 minutes.
Exactly.
No matter how, in fact, even when they considered the 2 goals, the third goal that came at the dot of the minute, they should have worked like...
You know, the thing is, as I said earlier, I think it's a mentality issue, and I think that's where the coach comes in. You understand? Sometimes you have a situation whereby we saw Liverpool play Tottenham over the weekend. Immediately, the second goal was conceded by Tottenham. The Tottenham players got crazy. They started playing in a frenzied manner. Everybody could see Antonio Conte telling his players to calm down. Telling his players to calm down, because you need cool heads to actually do this. All right? They conceded the first goal. They were a bit shaky. They conceded the second one and they went crazy. And they needed someone, the manager now, to actually come and talk to these boys. Guys, calm down. Cool it. We need cool heads to be able to prevail and make this thing happen.
Maybe Legislature should have done that.
Exactly. Unfortunately, he didn't. The boys went absolutely berserk. They were all over the place. And at the end of the day, that's what happened. And that is what happens in this kind of situations. That is why some people make cases for, or should I say, fail to make cases for our indigenous managers, because they believe that our managers don't have what it takes to actually cut it, even when it comes to continental things like this.
Because it's still up till now. I wasn't the one that played the match, but the pain, I was like, how would these guys sleep? How come? What happened?
Exactly.
3 goals in 45 minutes?
Capitulations happen in football. Capitulations
when they scored the first, okay, agreed. The second, and funny enough, if we were to be a poor goalkeeper, they would have considered more than 7 goals. Because the rush was on them. The pressure was on them. But Suraj Ayeleso did everything he could.
Exactly.
In fact, he was, to me, yesterday, he was the best player, because he was the one that was receiving all the fires coming from the cylinder of Alagda.
You know, even though he conceded those amount of goals, even though he conceded 3 goals, when your goalkeeper is your best player, then that's a problem.
Yes.
It's a serious problem. And I really, Plateau United, they disappointed a lot of Nigerians, and it was not with losing that matters, it's the manner in which they lost.
Scandalously.
Exactly.
Because people are looking at something must be checked there.
Total capitulation like that is really, really unacceptable at this stage of it. You were in the Champions League. You couldn't cut it against Esperance. You got beaten. All right, fine. We thought you learned your lesson. You came home. You did a fantastic job. They played a great game. Great result. 4-1. Fantastic. Just go out there.
Defend this.
Hold on to this, because you have something to hold on to. You have something to play for. Don't even play for a draw. Maybe concede just 2 and come back home. We'll be fine. We would have been saying something different right now. Exactly. We would be saying something different right now. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And we hope that other Nigerian teams, other Nigerian clubs will take this example and actually use this as a lesson to know how to prepare and go to matches like this, even more especially when you have a lead to defend. But it was really scandalous for Plateau United, the manner in which they lost and they crashed out. And it's unfortunate that as big of a football nation as Nigeria is in Africa, that we can have continental competitions that will send 4 representatives and now have only 1, and not even in the top tier tournament. I mean, it is seriously disappointing.
Very disappointing outcome for that match that involved Plateau United and Al-Aqda of Benghazi there in Libya. It was, at least Nigeria were hoping that maybe they could be able to at least salvage a draw or even lose even 2-0. They will be able to qualify for the group stage. Right now they are out, and very, very scandalously in that particular manner. Well, for Rivers United, we are celebrating them because they were able to hold their own. They also scored away, and it ended 5-0 from Nigeria at the Adoki Amasiamaka Stadium in Port Harcourt. They did the business there. By the time they got to Libya, they were able to play 1-1. Nwagwa was able to score 1 of the goals, and rather the goal to equalize that goal that Al Nassr scored, and it ended 6-1 on aggregate level. Well, a good one for Rivers United, and hopefully in the group stage they will get a good draw and at least do well, and want to see them even get into, who knows, maybe getting to scoop the trophy.
Yeah, we hope they can be able to do that. Just like I said earlier, Nigerian team hasn't won it since it became the Confederations Cup. So I think it's a good time for Rivers to actually put smiles on our faces, and let's have a good season. Even if they don't win it, have a good run. At least get to the later stages, you understand, of the tournament. Let's know that even if you're going to go down fighting, not with a whimper like Plateau United did.
Just like Ibrahim said there, we just have to get it right when it comes to football in Nigeria. Our league, we need to do, something must be done, because it's really telling on us what happened, how did they do it, what really went wrong concerning that squad. Plateau United, after leading 4-1, and in fact, in the second half, at the dot of time, they could not defend it until they were booted out of the competition. So painful. But while we're still looking at that, ruining that particular loss concerning Plateau United, our ladies fought hard when it comes to CAF Champions League for women. The CAF Women Champions League right now is juicy because a lot of money is involved, $400,000 for the winner of this competition. The runners will get $250,000, and right now, Bayelsa Queens, the representative of Nigeria, they tried their best. They fought hard, but they were peeled by Asfar of Morocco, the host nation team. That is Asfar of Morocco, winning 1-0 against Bayelsa Queens. At least they did better than last year when Rivers Angels couldn't even get to this level. So for now, we celebrate Bayelsa Queens for what they did. They fought well, they fought hard, and now they'll be playing against Simbas Queens for the battle of third place, while Mamelodi Sundown, defending champion, the ladies of South Africa, will be defending this trophy against Asfar Club of Morocco. Ibrahim, well, good one.
Yes, it was a good one. I mean, I just said this earlier. It doesn't the loss doesn't really matter sometimes, but it's the manner in which you lose that's what actually makes the difference. The Queens lost, yes, they actually did, but they went down fighting. They went down swinging. They went down with boots on the ground, and they didn't go out with a whimper. They gave it their best shot. Unfortunately, they fell short. You know, in football, you play what you can, you do your best, and then you hope for a little luck at the end of the day. Unfortunately, luck wasn't on their side, and they were not able to get the result that they needed. But they went down fighting. They went down swinging, and that is something that we will all. Every fan, that's something every fan wants to see from his team. Go down fighting, not just go there, lie down and get beat. Besides, just like you mentioned, this is a better performance than what happened last year. Last year, the Angels went. It didn't go well. It didn't go well. It was
scandalous.
It was a bad outing. It was scandalous. It was a scandalous
outing for Rivers Angels.
They were bundled out in the first.
And to remind you, as at that time, they were our best.
That's exactly. So don't even get me started on the league. Let's not even go there. You understand? So they got booted out in the first leg, in the first round, and now the Queens came, and we had some very good performances along the way. They played some very good football, strong football, a very good advertisement for Nigerian women's football. I think the Queens did very well. They can hold their heads up high, and even if they don't get the third place, I really will not hold it against them, because they played a lot of good football, and we were really impressed by what we saw. I think they can be able to build on this going further. Maybe subsequently, in subsequent years, we might be able to see Nigerian teams making something worthwhile of themselves. But the Queens actually, they did what they could. They went down fighting, they went down swinging, and we are very proud of them.
We are proud of Bayelsa Queens for what they've done so far. At least they'll be fighting for third place against Simbas Queens of Tanzania. Right now, Asfar of Morocco will be fighting against Mamelodi Sundown ladies of South Africa, who are the defending champions of this particular competition called CAF Women Champions League. Like I said earlier, $400,000 swinging right now. Where will it be going on Sunday? We'll be fighting for that particular trophy and also the money. But for Bayelsa Queens, we are proud of you. At least you went far, at least far better than last time that Rivers Angels was there. And hopefully next year rather, we will see another team, or maybe the same team will do well for Nigeria this time around, scoop this award. Now, I recall that the Bayelsa Queens, if you remember the Super 8, they did so well. Yeah. They went to the West African qualifier for this CAF Champions. They also won against Ampem Dankwa of Ghana. Really, they've shown class when you look at this competition. Losing the first match against Mamelodi Sundown ladies 2-1. The same Mamelodi, they've defeated almost all the team black and blue.
Exactly.
We consider less among all the clubs.
Exactly.
Good. Now, they managed to win yesterday also 1-0 against Simba. Simba really showed class against them. But right now, when it comes to Nigerian football, as in league football, I think the current NFF, the IMC, that is Interim Management Committee, set up to see to the admission of MPFL, NNL, Nationwide League One, Nigeria that's NWFL, the Women Football League. They need to sit tight now to see how we can get it right?
I think really, if this current board is serious, if they're serious about changing Nigerian football, I think they should have been able to, right as it is right now, since we're in the off season, started drafting a strategic plan for our league. We've always said this, and I've always said this. This is something that I will say. If our league is not good enough, we will never be able to compete
continentally.
We cannot. We cannot be able to do that. Why do we always go there and we shout, North Africans, North Africans, North Africans?
And they are all well prepared.
It's because their league is so good. And most of these guys that even if they're Indian national teams, when you look at it, they are like 90% home-based players. They play in their own league and they do exceptionally well when it comes to continental tournaments. They beat everybody in Africa. And that is exactly what's happening. We need to look at our league. Talent is not our problem. We have exceptional talent when it comes to football in Nigeria. How do we manage this talent? How do we harness it? How do we package it? We need to package our league in such a way that it will be attractive to get the TV ratings that we need so that we can get good TV deals, get money into this league so that it can be as attractive as other leagues are. You understand? Not for us going to, you see Nigerian players going to Rwanda, Zimbabwe, playing in Kenyan league, you know, and all this. And all these are leagues that you can actually watch on TV.
You can see them.
On satellite television.
Yes, you can see Kenya league there, you see Rwanda league, even Sudan.
Ethiopian league. It's actually shown there.
It's not as if these guys can play better than us.
Exactly.
But
so that's the thing. So
just how to do the right thing.
Unfortunately, we need a product that we can sell. We need to package this product and sell it. Unfortunately, our league is unsellable. Nobody's going to buy our league as it is right now. So we need to repackage it. We need to rebrand it. We need to make it sellable. We need to sell it to the world so that we can get the kind of money that we need injected into our league so that the quality can come up and we can truly say that we can contribute and contest on the continental level.
Continental-wise, really, Nigerian football clubs really needs to get it right because right now, no matter what we do, if we don't sit tight to plan how our league will be better off, we continue to see the dominance from the North African side. In fact, look at the way the women, the ASFA, and also compare the way the men also from the North African side. Right now, South Africa Women League is getting so fine that Mamelodi Sundowns, ladies are almost at the aim of getting to win it again. They'll be facing ASFA in this competition after defending it to the final level. Good one there for Bayelsa. Going to be looking at these two stories where 3 Nigerian teams went out for battle. At least one of them was able to scale through, and the second one at least qualified for the third place. But also while we're looking at that, just while you were sleeping and we're all sleeping, Costa Rica gave us 2-0. They defeated Nigeria in a friendly, international friendly. Costa Rica beat Nigeria 2-0 in San Jose there. Well, they need to fight to their team. They are going to the World Cup.
Yes.
They needed this. Even in any way you want to look at it, either Team C or Team D or Team A or whatever, this is Nigeria that they played. They didn't play against Congo or Ghana.
A lot of people will say, I know we took Team B. Nobody cares if it's Team Y. As far as you wear the
what happened to the Team B when they played Chan?
Exactly. You understand? We didn't get what we wanted. So unfortunately, that's how it happens. Whether it's Team A or Team X, it doesn't matter. Once you put on that green and white, it's the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and they were the ones that got beat. So we shouldn't make excuses for ourselves. Right now, we need to rebuild. Yeah, fine. We will say that, okay, we're not going to the World Cup. It's really for us to see how our team is so that we can be able to fine-tune it and what. But tell me one thing now. Among all those players that actually played yesterday, if we're going to say, okay, we want to make a Super Eagles team now, how many of them will actually make the cut? That's the question you need to ask yourself.
Difficult.
Exactly. How many of them will actually make the cut? Almost none of them will actually make that cut. We'll bring a totally different set of players to come and prosecute whatever it is we want to prosecute. So it's virtually useless. You understand? So that's how it is. So it's quite unfortunate that we have this kind of situation at this time. Our Eagles are really not doing what they're supposed to do. We need to reboot the Super Eagles. Unfortunately, we're not seeing it right now. I still don't believe Jose Peseiro is the guy to take us there. I want to be proven wrong. I hope he can prove me wrong. But right now, I don't think he's the man to do that for us. And it's just quite unfortunate. I don't think the Super Eagles have any direction whatsoever as it is right now.
Well, as it is right now, the Team B of Nigeria, the Super Eagles Team B, lost 2-0 against Costa Rica. They were led by Salisu Yusuf to Costa Rica. and they got beat by 2-0. Well, from there, let's quickly run through some stories over there in Europe. We always want to talk about our own mostly. Now, quickly, EFL Cup, that's the one they call Carabao Cup, took place, and some shocking result anyway for Manchester City. Well, Chelsea, all the London team yesterday, they actually got booted out. Arsenal lost against Brighton by 3-1, and I saw one Arsenal fan trying to at least console himself by saying Arsenal are not so good when it comes to the EFL Cup. Yeah, Newcastle United 3, Crystal Palace 2, another London club booted out. Nottingham Forest, they did well yesterday, shocking everyone. 2 against Tottenham Hotspur, another London club out there. Sheffield Wednesday on penalty shootout. Southampton 6-5, and you have Blackburn Rovers against West Ham. Although good one for Blackburn, it was 10-9 anyway. Sorry for that mix-up there. 10-9, Blackburn Rovers dropping, and you have Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-0 against Leeds United. Liverpool 3-2 against Derby. Penalty shootout also for Manchester City against Chelsea. Another London club.
Yeah, it's a bad day for London clubs. It was actually a very, very bad day for London clubs. But I really must say that I was impressed with Forest yesterday. Forest played a very, very
Forest came to the city.
Yeah, exactly. They came to the city, and actually they did very well. They gave a very good account of themselves. And Forest is a good side. They have very good players. I think what's wrong with I think it's the blend or something like that. That is why they're not getting it right, because in this particular season they're not finding it funny in the Premier League, but they still managed to beat Liverpool. You understand? And that's no mean feat. And now they've bundled Tottenham out of the Carabao Cup. Exactly, which is something that I believe Antonio Conte has his eye on, because he needs to win something. Because a lot of people actually believe if he doesn't win something this season, he's probably going. And this Carabao Cup would have been the perfect opportunity for him to do that. Table toppers Arsenal, well, they didn't find it funny when it came to last night's game, and they got beat at home by Brighton and Hove Albion. And I think as far as surprises go, those were the surprises, so to speak. And even Blackburn coming to the party as well, you know, against high-flying Newcastle. Yes, against high-flying Newcastle, because Newcastle are in the form of their lives right now, playing the football of their lives. And for Blackburn to actually come and get a result is absolutely fantastic. That is why we love club competitions, because it gives these smaller clubs the opportunity to roll with the big boys, and of course every once in a while we get an upset.
Good one there. We've been looking at the EFL Cup as it went down there in England, and quickly let's run in because our time is almost running out there. Well, we look at La Liga, German Bundesliga, and also Italian Serie A. Let's look at La Liga. Well, matches were also played. Quickly, let's look at the result as we talk about Almeria pipped Getafe 1-0. Sevilla lost again against Real Sociedad. Espanyol, they lost against Villarreal. Good one for Villarreal, at least coming back. And Mallorca, surprisingly, defeated Atletico Madrid. This is another game you'll be wondering what happened. And quickly, because of our time, let's look at Bundesliga before we pick one or two. Bundesliga result, you saw another one for Eintracht Frankfurt against 899. Hoffenheim 4-2, Schalke 0-4-1 against Mainz 0-5. Leipzig 3, Freiburg 1. FC Cologne 1, Bayern Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso is really doing well. Augsburg 2 against Union Berlin. Union Berlin playing 2-2 there, and is really getting surprisingly doing well. For the likes of Leipzig, they are trying their best to make sure they get up there. Now, looking at the table, the way it's standing, when it comes to German Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, yes, they are running away with it, 3 points ahead of Union. Union are now second on the log, ahead of Freiburg, and you have Eintracht Frankfurt, Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund in that pecking order, down to Schalke 04, surprisingly standing 18th on the log. Bayer Leverkusen, Alonso are right now at least get them back to out of relegation to 13th on the log. And quickly, let's look at the top scorers now. Nkunku really is doing well with 12 goals so far, followed by Nicolas Fulgrog, who actually scored 10 goals. Yamal Musiala 9, Marcus Thuram 9 goals, and you have Diachi Kamada with 7 goals there. Good one for Nkunku, although news have it that Chelsea could be wrapping up a deal for him to move to London for Nkunku there. Well, quickly, let's look at Italian Serie A. Italian Serie A result, Lecce 2-1 against Atalanta. Zapata scoring one of the goal for Atalanta, although Nigerian Ademola Lookman didn't score. Roma, Abraham came to the party, 1-1 against Sassuolo. Fiorentina 2, Salernitana 1. And for Inter Milan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against Bologna. Good one for Inter. Dzeko among the scorers there. And Torino against Sampdoria. Good one for them, 2-0 in for Torino. know. Ibrahim, I think you just have to look at that Inter Milan Bologna.
Yeah, well, somebody was asking, where was this Inter when they faced Juve a week ago? I mean, like, it was absolutely fantastic. They blew Bologna out of the park. That's the kind of response that you need after a loss like that. Losing the Derby d'Italia and then coming back with a very big result like that, at least it gives them confidence to go and face the rest of the season. So a very good one for Inter.
A good one for Inter and the man called Jovic. All the teams that participated yesterday winning their games. But for Nigerian football, well, we just hope we get it right after this one, because Plateau United, we are out now. We are out from this CAF Confederation. Remo Stars, Kwara United, all out. Remaining Rivers United. And we hope that they will do well. Bayelsa will face Simba FC. And we hope that Super Eagles will get their acts together, even though we are not going to be at the World Cup. Ibrahim. I want to remind you.
You do keep reminding me, but it's nice to be here.
Good one. Thank you very much. And I am Adeni Ajishafe, where sport is always business and fitness on 360 Sport. Thanks for watching.